Hey guys, Emanuel here, your certified body code and certified group energy facilitator here. Excited to keep with this book here, keep reading this book and gaining some more information. I wanted to really look into this one because now we're going into organs. And again, the preface, or I guess the warning I would give you guys is just remember a crutch could be the more you know in the body code system. Because sometimes you start thinking in your mind, it's not intuition, it's just your logical brain saying, it's got to be this or it's got to be that. When, again, I try to assume nothing, even though I've learned so much, I know which organ affects what, I keep kind of whispering to myself, anything can cause anything. Literally could just be a simple trapped emotion. It doesn't have to be a muscle, or the stomach issue could be just there's inflammation left there. Doesn't have to be a spiritual, physical disconnection of the stomach, But because I know all these things and I've kind of seen it over and over again, I have to keep convincing myself that no, anything can cause anything. Something that's really big can sometimes be solved with a very small energy. Something very small, it's like multiple layers for whatever reason to dig into that one. I've had clients that I thought for sure this would only be one quick session. It took 3 or 4. With another one, I thought it was this one. Like, this is a big deal. You've had this for 25 years, just one quick session. So you kind of never know. And I tell people it's very much like a combination lock. You're moving this combination lock, click, 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 click. That may be the first session. And to be honest with you folks, no one's impressed by the clicking of a combination lock. By the end of it, you haven't received anything. You don't even know if what you want is in here. You may question the body code. But to let you know, you have to give it time. And if you think about it, for example, this lady who had fibromyalgia, and it took us 3 sessions, I always like to kind of look at the time definition of how long that really took. So think about it. That's an hour and a half of work for years of fibromyalgia that I helped out with. So think about it, like you might complain, oh wow, this should have been done the first session. But think about it, an hour and a half is like less than a movie. And you've already helped out something that you've been dealing with for 15 years. So again, we're a very microwave society. We want healing yesterday. We want it to be right now, right now. Some people, for example, have dealt with a very, very traumatic childhood, super traumatic childhood. Mother was super narcissistic. Do you think that mom turned off narcissism on Sundays because she needs to rest on Sunday? No. She went out there, she was narcissist to this daughter, and this daughter was her feed that she got, because that's what narcissists do. They feed on people, they vampire on people. And if you do that for many, many years, but you think 12 sessions will be enough for you to fully heal from why you feel depression and sorrow now? No. So if you're a client, if you're a practitioner, it's very, very key to let people know to be patient with their healing. It takes time. All good things take time. And if life surprises you and helps you out in a major way, and you get things sooner within like a few sessions that you thought would take a long time, then that's the exception to the rule. Be happy with that. But I always try to keep people's expectations regulated, because again, we live in a society where we want everything right now. So let's get started here. So the first thing is page 170. It talks about how you can ask an organ if it's happy. Is the organ happy? No. And if you kind of push down someone's arm, is your organ happy? No. Is the stomach happy? No. And what's also interesting is you don't have to even ask the question. I've seen some demos where Brad just says kidney and the arm goes down, or adrenals, or left adrenal. He doesn't even ask the question. Just saying the word is almost like the body knows you're testing it, and you can just ask the question. So here's the interesting thing. So if you are in front of a person and someone's like, oh, I know my stomach's not happy, a good thing to do is just ask, if they're there with you in person, is just say stomach and test to see if it's strong or negative. So that's what you could do with page 170. You can, if anyone's there in person and you know that they have a malfunction or some sort of issue there, feel free to just mention the name of it, the organ or the gland, and you'll be able to tell if it's happy or not. Step 2, is there something that's imbalanced below it? You can use other words too. Is there another imbalance? Is there another associated imbalance? Is there something that's fueling this issue? I use that a lot. A lot of my clients say no. Is there something fueling? Is there something that's adding fuel to this issue? Or is there something correlated with this? And you'll still get a positive, but they use associated imbalance. Sometimes whatever resonates with you. But for me, I use, is there something fueling this? Is there something adding to this? Oh, there is. Okay. So then I go deep in there, and it's the same thing as if I said associated imbalance. Okay, page 174. Let's see. Excuse me, my nose is... It's been a long day. Some allergies going on out there, but I'm going to go fix that tonight. Watch. I'm going to give you an update on those allergies. It says, contrary to popular belief, surgery is rarely needed to correct a hiatal hernia. That's on page 174, the first paragraph. It says, contrary to popular belief, surgery is rarely needed. It is very common for stomach imbalance to create a hiatal hernia, so often correcting the stomach imbalance will also correct the hiatal hernia. Hello, this is huge, guys. A major symptom of the stomach can be regulated through the body code. I even had a lady, I don't know if I shared this story with you, a mother-in-law of a client. I helped out her heart, and literally to an x-ray later, it looked very different. There was no hole there. I don't know how it grew a mass over the hole, but somehow there was like a hole in there, and they were going to do some specific surgery, and I did a session on it. Within days, they did another x-ray, and there was no hole there anymore. It healed itself. I didn't do the healing. The body has the ability to heal itself. So they didn't do a surgery on her, and she left the facility because she was stuck under sort of confines of COVID. So she thought she was going to die there. Like her heart was having so much heart palpitations and all these issues. They were giving her all this medication. She had COVID. She felt like she was going to die. I did an email session 2 or 3 days later. She's out with no heart issues, no palpitations, x-ray changed and gone. So just know, I expect miracles. You want to write this down. If you're taking notes, just expect miracles. Expect that God wants to help his people. That whether it's through body code, through emotion code, or whatever you do, that there's somebody higher up there who is a better, that really knows the definition of unconditional love, that we will never know to the extent of what that really means until we probably cross over. Because it's just beyond our imagination. And if you're in the way, all you have to do is get out of the way. So just say, I need help. That's why whenever you work on someone, you always ask for help from above. Hey, how can I help this person out? Because that person, or the universe, whatever you want to call it, I call it God, but loves this person more. So I expect, I'm like, why wouldn't you do a miracle for your daughter in the hospital? Why wouldn't you work on this dog that makes the mother happy? Why wouldn't you work on this kid who has sleeping issues? And why wouldn't you work on this husband who has sleep apnea and his body's falling apart? Why wouldn't you? That's my question in my mind. The logic, if you're such a loving God, why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you help them out? And my answer to myself is, we're the hands. We're trying to help people out. If he could come down there himself, he would, but we can't handle his glory. We just can't. So we're the ones trying to help out. Page 176, lungs. My grandfather had lung issues. My father did. My son does, Hayden. Could it be a miasm? See, here's the thing. See, your mind, when you start doing the body code, could it be a miasm? Could it be an inherited emotion that passed down through all the male lines? Technically, that would make sense. But what do you want to do when you do muscle testing? Assume nothing. I have no idea what it is. Maybe, what if 90% of it's not inherited, and there's just a small little 8% that's inherited? Again, just let the body tell you where to go. Just be like, I have no idea why I'm here. I have no idea why I'm here. Okay, 177. Okay. When people are taking a lot of medication, sometimes their liver doesn't do well. But what you want to do is remember never to tell someone to leave their medication. This is super key. Don't ever tell anyone, hey, let's do this so you can get off of medication. Just say, that is your decision. That's your choice. If you choose to do it, then you could do it. But I didn't recommend you to do it. But you could say, maybe I have some clients who decided to get off their medication because they felt good enough. But I can't recommend that for you. It's illegal for me to go against somebody who prescribed you something. So just letting you know, if you're a practitioner, be very careful. Let them take their medication. Obviously, the ideal situation would be not to use medication, because what happens, it becomes the cycle, right? It becomes the carousel of always chasing symptoms. I have issues with my body. Now you have issues with your liver. Now you have issues with your kidneys. Now you have issues with your sleep. Now you have issues with your diet. It's just this constant, here's a pill for it, here's a pill for it, here's a pill for it. That's basically baby boomers. And a lot of people were fed this. Hey, your problem with that? There's a pill for it. There's a pill for it. And the doctor receives a residual paycheck. Every single month they receive a small residual paycheck. So anyway, so that's the last thing I want to do is talk about is 178. There's some bedwetting there. It talks about the bladder, discomfort in the low back, knee, ankle, feet, urgency, frequent urination. So a lot of men probably have, when they're older, just bladder imbalances. They're frequently urinating. We've actually been built in society where this is normal. If you're an adult, you probably pee a lot. I mean, I've seen it in movies all the time. Oh, it's grandpa, he's going to the bathroom again. He's older. But really, does a symptomatic life have to be normal? I don't think so. So this is what I always tell my wife. I'm like, there are older people that are more fit than this person. There are older people that are healthy than this person. There's older people that don't have headaches. There's older people that have their vision still. There's older people that have amazing cognitive, because they ate right. They had a good diet. They had some meditation going on. They did energy healing. There's there's all these different things that could be assisting that. So last thing is I want to share with you guys is 180 is gallbladder. If you're an empath, definitely the gallbladder may be gone by now. This may be too late. But my wife was an empath, and she dealt with narcissism. And whenever you're dealing with these narcissists, you'll feel a lot of emotions like depression, anger. If you look at the gallbladder, it's the same as the liver. Depression, frustration, indecisiveness, panic, taken for granted, anger, bitterness, resentment. A lot of you get this, and then the gallbladder needs to go out. The doctor's like, let me take that from you. But obviously, if you could heal the gallbladder before it gets into emergency mode, that would be the ideal situation. So, a lot of empaths have gallbladders removed. You Google up living life without a gallbladder, it's really, really hard. You need ox bile to rectify when you're eating stuff for digestive issues. It's hard to lose weight. I mean, it's very, very tough, And so the doctors don't tell you, here are all the side effects of me removing the gallbladder, but you don't want that pain, do you? So they take the gallbladder out. But God put every organ and gland there for a reason. And there's a way to look into it, emotionally heal it, and let the body assist you with that. So hopefully you gained some value from this. Feel free to comment below what caught your attention from this book. I would love to hear your feedback. Also, I have my links down there. If you need a session, I can help you out in any way. Also, don't forget to join healhaveempathyandlove.com. That's where I'm doing group healing every single week. So I look forward to connecting with you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.